Hello there, my name is David Guevara, and today I will be talking about consensual non-monogamy, also known as CNM. So, what exactly is CNM? Consensual non-monogamy is the most referred term to describe those in a relationship who engage in sexual and or emotional intimacy with other people. All partners in the relationship agree and consent with each other to engage in an intimate and or sexual relationship with someone else, most likely outside of their relationship. And in America alone, 3 to 7% of the population engages in a consensual non-monogamous relationship. So the word consensual, in this clip, the therapist talks a little about how important the word consensual is for the non-monogamous relationship to work.
I like to use the phrase consensual non monogamy at times just to really iterate that this is something that you are consenting to. If you are having an open relationship or going out and meeting other people, that can be considered cheating when your partner doesn't agree to have that as part of the relationship. So I'd like to put that there as this is a consensual act. When something happens and they're kind of like going along with it, but maybe they're going along with it out of fear that the relationship will end, or maybe their partner says, I'll leave you if you don't open the relationship, or I'm not going to have sex with you anymore if we don't go to the swingers club. That's called coercion, and that is not consensual non monogamy.
So, as you saw in the video, it's important for all parties involved to have consented to a non-monogamous relationship. Because if not, and only one person does stuff while the other person doesn't know about that, that's just cheating. And if one person finds out about this and only does it because the person does it and doesn't want to lose them, that is a form of coercion, and that completely does not follow what consensual non-monogamy is. So, some examples of CNM, there's swinging, and in this case, partners who consent with each other engage in sexual activities with others consenting couples who also participate in swinging. So, for example, John and Stacy meet another couple at a club, and after mutual agreement and consent, they engage in sexual activity with each other. There's also an open relationship, and in this form, both partners in a relationship consent and agree to engaging in sexual and or emotional intimacy with other individuals. For example, John and Stacy both agree to have an open relationship, so they are okay with each other having a sexual relationship with someone else. And there's also polyamory, and in this form, CNM, there are more than two partners involved where everyone consents and is okay with each other having a sexual and or emotional intimacy with each other. So, for example, John and Stacy both consent to having a polyamorous relationship. They have a friend named Josh, and they all gain feelings for each other and engage in a polyamorous relationship. And as you can see here, consent and mutual agreement is important and the most prevalent thing in CNM. So, here are what I think are the four fundamental principles in consensual non-monogamous relationship. This includes consent, communication with each other, trusting each other, and respecting each other. And without these principles, it would just lead to issues in the relationship, including insecurities, jealousy, limited communication, and ultimately the ending of the relationship, which is what we do not want. So some misconceptions of CNM. This is an excuse for cheating, and that is the exact opposite of what CNM is. When someone cheats, one person does not know or consent to their partner engaging in a romantic and or sexual activity with someone outside of the relationship. While in a CNM relationship, everyone must consent to engaging in a romantic and or sexual activity with someone outside of the relationship. There's also you're only in this because you're horny, and although sometimes it is just about casual sex, in other cases, those who engage in CNM deeply romantic slash intimate relationships. There's also being in a C&M relationship is hard. And in most cases, this is not what's happening. Everyone who is involved discusses their boundaries and feelings before they fully engage in the relationship. And after, it can completely behave as a monogamous relationship. And then there's also you'll eventually go back to monogamy and it's just a phase. And that's not the case in most instances, as many who engage in CNM have long-term relationship with others that can last for years. And that's pretty much it. In conclusion, although consensual monogamy is different from what we are used to, it's not something we should stereotype and see as a horrible thing. It's a completely valid relationship style that should be respected as a monogamous relationship. Thank you.